Eine kleine Nachtmusik, K. 525, is a 1787 composition for a chamber ensemble by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. The German title means a little serenade, though it is often rendered more literally but less accurately as a little night music. The work is written for an ensemble of 2 violins, viola, and cello with optional double bass, but is often performed by string orchestras. Composition, publication, and reception. The serenade was completed in Vienna on August 10, 1787, around the time Mozart was working on the second act of his opera Don Giovanni. It is not known why it was composed. Hildesheimer, noting that most of Mozart's serenades were written on commission, suggests that this serenade, too, was a commission, whose origin and first performance were not recorded. The traditionally used name of the work comes from the entry Mozart made for it in his personal catalogue, which begins, Eine kleine Nachtmusik. As Zaslow and Cowdery point out, Mozart almost certainly was not giving the piece a special title, but only entering in his records that he had completed a little serenade, in German, a star currency ndchen. The work was not published until about 1827, long after Mozart's death, by Johann Andra copyright in Offenbach am Main. It had been sold to this publisher in 1799 by Mozart's widow Constanze, part of a large bundle of her husband's compositions. Today the serenade is widely performed and recorded. Indeed, both Jacobson and Hildesheimer opine that the serenade is the most popular of all Mozart's works. Of the music, Hildesheimer writes, "Even if we hear it on every street corner, its high quality is undisputed, an occasional piece from a light but happy pen." Movements, the work has 4 movements. Allegro equals. This first movement is in sonata allegro form. It opens with an ascending Mannheim rocket theme. The second theme is more graceful and in D major, the dominant key of G major. The exposition closes in D major and is repeated. The development section begins on D major and touches on D minor and C major before the work returns to G major for the recapitulation. There is a brief coda. Romanze. The second movement, in C major, is a romanze, with the tempo marked andante. A feeling of intimacy and tenderness prevails throughout this movement. It is in rondo form, taking the shape or euro bar euro or euro car euro A plus a final coda. The keys of the sections are C major for A and B, C minor for C. The middle appearance of A is truncated, consisting of only the first half of the theme. Hartz describes the movement as evoking gavotte rhythm. Each of its sections begins in the middle of the measure, with a double upbeat. Menuetto. The third movement, marked allegretto, is a minuet and trio, both in March 4th time. The minuet is in the home key of G major, the contrasting trio in the dominant key of D major. As is normal in this form, the minuet is played again da capo following the trio. Rondo. The fourth and last movement is in lively tempo, marked allegro. The key is again G major. The movement is written in sonata form. Mozart specifies repeats not just for the exposition section but also for the following development and recapitulation section. The work ends with a long coda. Possible extra movement. In the catalogue entry mentioned above, Mozart listed the work as having 5 movements. The second movement in his listing, a minuet and trio, was long thought lost and no one knows if it was Mozart or someone else who removed it. Musicologist Alfred Einstein suggested, however, that a minuet in piano sonata in B-flat major, K. 498, is the missing movement. The sonata's minuet has been recorded in an arrangement for strings made by Jonathan Delmar for Nimbus Records, although music scholars are not certain that Einstein is correct. See also, parodies by Peter Skickel, Eine kleine Nachtmusik, A Little Nightmare Music. References. Sources: Hartz, Daniel. Mozart, Haydn and Early Beethoven, 1781–1802. New York, W. W. Norton and Company. Hildesheimer, Wolfgang Mozart. Translated by Marion Faber. Macmillan. ISBN 0-374-52298-7. Holloman, D. Kern Evenings with the Orchestra, a Norton Companion for Concertgoers. W. W. Norton and Company. ISBN 0-393-02936-0. Jacobson, Julius H. The Classical Music Experience, Discover the Music of the World's Greatest Composers, Volume 2, narrated by Kevin Kline, Sourcebooks, Incorporated. ISBN 1-57071-950-0. Zaslaw, Neil and Cowdery, W. The Complete Mozart, A Guide to the Musical Works of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Norton, ISBN 0-393-02886-0. External links, media related to Eine kleine Nachtmusik at Wikimedia Commons, Serenade in G. Eine kleine Nachtmusik KV 525, score and critical report in the name Mozart Ausgabe, Eine kleine Nachtmusik, scores at the International Music Score Library Project, performance of Eine kleine Nachtmusik by A Far Cry from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in MP3 format.